Welcome to another episode of the Talking Shop podcast. I am one of your hosts, Josh from Grand Slam. We got Michael from Medium Rare Cards over on the gram, and It's Cobb also on the gram. Go follow both of them. We're here to talk some shop with you. Let's hear a rundown on tonight's episode. How about?
Well, Josh, we're in luck. Michael has decided to let us kick things off with a little wrestling nostalgia, and we're going to unpack why Brock Lesnar just felt different back in the day. The swagger, the confidence, and the comedy, believe it or not, in which wrestling era still holds up best. If you really know, you know. From there, the conversation turns to a wild piece of memorabilia, a single event-worn boot from WrestleMania XVIII. Currently sitting at $28,000 with days left to go. Is it a grail or just a nostalgia wearing a price tag? Then we're going to react to something Charlotte doesn't see very often, snow or slush hitting the area for a second weekend in a row, and why weather like this actually feels like an event around here. Before diving into the headlines, the show rolls out Hobby 101, Michael's new segment that he wanted to do here this year. A new interactive segment built around a blind ranking that exposes what really drives long-term card value. As always, we'll hit with what's new in the shop, and Josh will close it out with a crazy stat of the week. But first, we have a giveaway.
We do have the giveaway.
We have a giveaway.
If you were with us last week, you'll notice we have a new sponsor for the podcast. It is Jason's Treasures and Trash and Treasures over on eBay. We will post the link in the comments so you can follow him. There is, if you're watching, there is a picture of his eBay store. He's also a good customer of the shop. He wanted to donate some wax periodically for us to give away. Last week, we showed you this Topps Holiday Mega Box that was donated by Jason. The stipulation was to just comment on our YouTube video from last week. We will take those commenters, randomize them, and we're going to give this away right here, still undamaged, very shortly. This week, for this week's giveaway, we're doing a blaster box of 2025 Rookies and Stars. There's 72 cards. You got some fun parallels to chase. That will also require, between now and next week, you commenting on this video on YouTube, and you could be a lucky winner.
And with that being said, let's go ahead and select a random comment. We're not going to pick it ourselves. It's going to be a random picker. You guys see here, I copied the link from the video, and we're going to...
I didn't even know YouTube random comment picker was a thing. That is genius.
We're not going to include replies, though, because that would include us, and we're not going to do that. So,
you got to share your screen, Jacob.
It is. It is.
What?
Here we.
Do you not see his screen? Oh, looky there. Oh, Mackie.
There you go.
What are you seeing, Michael? Oh,
not much.
Michael's seeing bad internet. And there he goes. He's out.
And no, Andrew, I have not reinvested in the shop since last week. But
I tried today.
I
tried to get him to. In his defense, he's saving for Disney, right? So, or where are you going? Disney?
Yeah, I'm going down to Disney and a wrestling show. I got tickets to NXT for free, so that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, Mackie, congratulations. You're usually here every single week, and you just got that Topps box. All right, let's get into our actual first story here. And we have a clip of Brock Lesnar on the Pat McAfee show, which Michael and I were talking in the pregame. Pat McAfee is a national treasure at this point. And if you disagree, you're wrong. And let me pull this up, and here we go.
Up there on those 10,000 plus acres.
Ah, man, I got moose, elk, mule deer, whitetail, black bear, Austin 316. Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
How about a couple bears?
What?
How about you?
What?
And you?
What?
Black bear.
Yeah, black bear up there. A lot
I
of
got weasels.
what?
Mink.
What?
Coyotes.
What? What are you hunting?
Okay, you guys. It says if you know, you know. I don't know what in the world.
So whenever Stone Cold Steve Austin would cut promos in the ring, he had a certain cadence in the way that he would speak. And whenever people would be cutting promos against him, he would usually just fill in the dead air of their cadence with the word "what," which then has turned into a 30-year-long aggravating chant.
If fans in the crowd want to try to get one of the wrestlers off of their momentum when they're talking on the mic, they'll do "what" after every little break in their sentence. What? It's from Stone Cold. So,
all right, little inside joke. Okay, I didn't know. I wanted to put that out there because I'm trying to learn from you guys. Maybe one of these days I'll start watching on the regular.
Possibly. Well, our first real story is from Golden Auctions, and that is a WrestleMania event-worn boot from Hulk Hogan at a cool $28,000 so far.
Was it airbrushed like that when he wore it? I don't remember him. Okay, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yep.
So last week we brought up the turnbuckle, right, from 2017.
Yes. SummerSlam. Yep.
And then this is, I figured this is a little easier than a turnbuckle, right? I just assumed after an event they're like reusing these turnbuckles all the time. These boots for big events like this, are these one and dones? Like, I don't know anything about wrestling. I know sometimes basketball players, if it's maybe a special game, they'll wear them one time and then keep one for themselves and maybe sign one and donate it for auction and to raise money for charity. What's the deal with these boots?
That's probably the same with wrestling. They'll use the same boots over and over unless it's a big event like WrestleMania. I would imagine they have special gear for that.
And that wasn't even really like WrestleMania was huge, obviously, but like nowadays it's even more like tuned in, like, oh, this pay-per-view is coming up, you got to have a big gear. It wasn't so prevalent back in the day. Like Hulk Hogan pretty much wore the same looking thing. I'm sure these boots were worn in other matches. I could be entirely wrong, but you put that WrestleMania 18 tag on it, and it definitely helps.
Yeah. The fact it's inscribed right, and he's passed away, which is going to be a big deal too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to $28,000. That's pretty crazy.
And the funny thing about it, he didn't sign Hollywood Hulk Hogan that much.
Who's selling this?
Golden's
selling it for somebody.
No. So Gold, I've never sold anything on Golden. Golden keeps the seller anonymous in all their listings.
I would also assume so. I don't know that for a fact, but
do you think this is who, if you had to take a guess, who kept this boot? Since
this stuff's not as hard to get as you would actually think.
Yeah, I have no context.
I could buy ring gear from almost anybody I want right now if I wanted to.
Okay.
Well,
now there are like key pieces, and now like in the last, I'd say probably 8 years, WWE has started like keeping a lot of their big things. Like if it's a specific gear from a big event, they keep that. They put it up in their little museum at WrestleMania that they do every year, and then so people can go see it. So the fact that this hadn't been acquired by WWE so far is pretty impressive. Or I'm surprised this wasn't in Hulk Hogan's like personal collection.
And that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, or is the estate selling things off for some reason? I don't want to speculate on what sort of financial stability his estate has, but I'm just curious. I'm curious who in this circle would keep this. Is it his family? Is it a collector that's like, okay, I need to go buy a car, a really, really nice car. I'm going to unload this. So
I do know that a lot of Hogan's, like obviously he had like brand deals and Legends agreement with WWE, but at his beach shop, or they called it Hogan's Beach Shop, but he had several locations. And the main driving force of the revenue there was his autograph signings he did a couple times a year. And obviously that was an immediate hit, and they shut down for a few months after he passed away. So I don't know. This is pretty cool though, but like I could get a Ric Flair robe in an hour if I wanted to. Like it's cool that stuff is, because like wrestling's big nowadays, but it's still small in the grand scheme of things. So this stuff is accessible. It's just who has it locked away and isn't moving it.
Yeah. Anthony Luzzi coming in hot. Well, there's Andrew.
We got a feisty crowd tonight.
No kidding. Gosh. The blaster boxes have got them coming out.
Simmer down. Simmer down.
Exactly. Hey, move over to YouTube and put these comments in the YouTube section.
Yeah.
In the YouTube chat.
Does the YouTube comment generator randomizer thing, does it take into account?
It doesn't do live comments.
No, I mean, that's interesting. So everyone's like, well, crap, I'll just do this later. No, does it take into account, like, if you comment 500 times, you're in the drawing 500 times, or does it take
You
out?
can allow duplicates or not allow duplicates.
We do not allow duplicates, hopefully. So
no, we did not. Or replies, because those mainly come from us.
Yeah.
So, but no, this is actually pretty cool. But
what does this end at? I mean, it's got 16 days left, guys. It's 28,000.
That's what I was thinking.
50?
But Josh, I mean, a real collector would want the right boot instead of the left boot.
why?
Wow.
Because Hogan would throw the big boot with the right leg. He'd do the leg drop with the right leg.
Yeah, but if the left one's signed, that's all that matters, I guess. Well, maybe they got both. I would imagine whoever got this one.
That does help.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever
He's gonna
has this
sign
one
both
might
of
have the
them.
other one, and they're selling one of them. Or
Oh, that's a
You
great
need to
point.
keep that one.
two different people have one, maybe.
I'll take the right. You take the left.
Or it's a super rich, super big guy, and he's just wearing them around.
Possibly. Possibly.
Maybe that's all he's wearing.
I got Andre the Giant.
All right, next.
Back there. All right, so Michael, we're gonna switch over to your segment, weather check. Give us the rundown on that.
Well, I mean, it's just changing day by day. Where's Jim Cantori when he needed him? 2 days ago, I looked like Chicken Little saying the sky is falling because my Google weather app was saying that we were going to get 16 inches of snow on Saturday and then 17 on Sunday. And now we're just going to get hit with a giant slushy, apparently.
Yeah. You know what? I'm the guy in the group chat that's like, you guys know none of this is going to happen, right? It's going to be cold. It's going to spit and rain for an hour or two, and that's going to be it. But you'll have all the bread and milk and toilet paper you need for the next month.
I hope so, because if it's going to be this cold, it may as well be pretty outside, and it's going to be pretty until everybody starts playing in it for about 10 seconds, and then it's just
then it turns to muddy mush.
Yeah.
If it affects in-store traffic over the weekend, you will see me posting some breaks, so stay tuned because I got
sweet.
I got to keep the cash flowing. So
absolutely.
We got a comment in the chat. What is the biggest card you guys have ever pulled?
So I'll go first. Jacob probably has us all beat because he opens probably a lot more than we do. I have pulled some really big cards on stream for people, but I don't open very much. And I would say one time I opened a damaged hanger box of 2020 Optic football and pulled a Josh Allen downtown.
Ooh.
But I don't open very much, so I'm the wrong person to ask unless you're counting what I've opened on stream.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever pulled a banger out of stuff. I don't dabble in the higher end stuff. Like when Josh, you knew me when I was back when everybody was going crazy with the stuff, and I would buy a hobby box here, hobby box there, but it was mostly baseball and some soccer. So I never really got into when it was crazy basketball, crazy football. So never pulled anything huge. I think the biggest card I ever pulled out of a pack was probably, and I didn't even pull it. I was in a break, and it pulled some Bowman first gold auto of like the number one prospect that year. So
I'm never in breaks either. I got in a friend's break one time, and I got the Jets in 2019. No, 2018. Whenever Darnold's rookie year, which is 2018 Contenders, and I got a Contenders rookie auto of Darnold, and it was, I think, $200 at the time. It was decent, and I'm sure it plummeted to nothing, and now it's probably pretty juicy.
Probably.
But again, I didn't pull it. I hit it in a break, and I am not in very many breaks. I probably count on two hands the amount of breaks I've been in my life.
Yeah, I gotta stay away. Breaks are like peanut M&Ms for me. I just once I get in one, it's all of a sudden it's 2 a.m. and I'm like, no, really, just one more. I'll make it up. Make it up. How about you, Jacob? What's the biggest card you've ever pulled?
Well, like I've never really hit in a break. I hit in a hit draft one time. You guys heard of those? I got a Prism Hulk Hogan autos for like $80. So that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
My biggest pull was actually probably like in the direction that Josh is facing behind the counter at Grand Slam. I pulled 2 1-of-1s out of an impeccable WWE box. I got a patch auto of Dominic Mysterio before he was actually relevant, and I pulled The Rock, which is pretty cool. But my favorite like recent pull, and I think I sent this in the group chat. I'm gonna flash on the screen for a second. I pulled one of the short print autos from Marvel Studios.
Yeah,
of the Thing, it's numbered to 63.
Yeah. Do that thing.
So that's a favorite recent pull, but I don't really do sports stuff unless you want to consider wrestling a sport. I do the pop culture stuff like Disney Chrome Open. That's fun for me. Cool. But yeah, the Rock 101, probably the biggest card I've pulled.
Well, there you go, Corbin. Great question.
You probably asked the three of the worst people to ask that question to, in the sports card hobby, because Jacob opens a lot of non-sports product, and me and Michael just don't open much. They say don't get high on your own supply, so I refrain from opening as much as possible.
And Josh won't say this, but he said it to us. He's just like, he would feel terrible if he opened a box of stuff off of his shelf and pulled just a huge hit because he wants to save those for his customers. So
yeah,
I'll give you another non-sport answer. I pulled 3 of the Rainbow Charizards from Champions Path several years ago.
Ooh.
So that was pretty cool. Still not sports, but a different niche, I guess.
You need to pull a lottery ticket is what you need to pull.
Not good at those. I've tried those. All right, Josh, what is hitting the shelves the rest of this week and leading into next week?
So let's go over a couple. I brought some examples here. Let's go over some things that have released since last podcast. We all know this is released, Bowman Draft 2025. This is the Jumbo, or actually they call it the Hobby now. It used to be called the Jumbo. We also have the Super Jumbo or regular Jumbo, whichever you want to call it. This year they call them Hobby and Jumbo. We have both regardless. So that came out the same day that this came out. Select Baseball, a little unlicensed Panini Baseball. Always does well, isn't expensive. Those hit the shelves. This is also another one from Wild Card. This is the Multi-Sport Breakers Brick. So each box has 20 packs, 2 1-of-1s in each brick, possible autographs, multi-sport, fun product. I learned the hard way on this one, though. I have to say, there's 20 packs with 1 card in each pack, and Wild Card always individually wraps their pack. So I'm like, ooh, I could open this box and we can just sell the packs out by themselves. Well, when I did that, I opened it and realized each pack on the outside of the pack has the player's name of what you're going to pull. So I couldn't do that. Today launches. This might be the first time we've ever carried this. I think it is. We had blasters last year, and that was it. This is the first time we've carried Topps Chrome Formula One. So, hey, Corbin just asked, did we get any F1 Chrome? There it is. We just got the hobby box variation. We do still have some on the shelf. Sold a little bit of it today. And then Corbin, we'll answer that question here in just a second. Tomorrow is also another first for us. Topps Stadium Club UFC. 2 autos a box. This is the hobby box version, so we know the cards will look really good because it's Stadium Club. We also got it in the blaster box version. And the mega box version. So those launch in the morning. So we got the shelves loaded up with that. And then, Michael, you'll enjoy hearing this. I just got my allocations for Topps Stadium Club Baseball 2025.
My goodness.
Comes out.
Yeah, if I know we're going to do a Hobby 101 segment coming up, but just in case you guys don't know, Stadium Club, it's photography focused, full bleed. That means there's no borders. And traditionally, it's the best photography in the sports card world. Now, with that being said, some of the short print variations you've been seeing in the Topps flagship products have really, they've leveled those up. So I'm just hoping that means Stadium Club's going to be leveled up as well. So, and then the traditional, and I don't know if it's in this product. I didn't see it. The traditional big pull or like the chase insert in Stadium Club is called Beam Team. It'll be interesting to see if they still use Beam Team in the UFC product.
They do. I've seen the sell sheet on it, and they have Beam Team in there.
Awesome.
I am 99% positive.
And then in the more modern versions of Stadium Club, they'll sprinkle chrome versions of some of the cards, and those are some of the bigger hits. If it's chromed out, and then since it's Topps, it's going to have those chrome parallels for those.
Yeah.
For those inserts.
Yep. And the blaster box gives you 1 exclusive chrome lava parallel in each blaster. Cool. Let's see what the mega box exclusives are, or 3 exclusive chrome X-Fractor parallels per mega. So, yep. It'll be fun. Hopefully we'll sell some tomorrow.
I think that product's going to do well. I really do. You need to get your customer in, the UFC fighter that comes in with his kid.
Oh, yeah. Chris Weidman.
Yeah.
Chris, if you're watching this podcast, come on in.
Absolutely. Comment on the video for a chance to win a blaster.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Josh, you sent me a couple other ones. Optic Football, is that releasing or?
So yeah, these
already?
I was just giving you some stuff that comes out. That comes out next week.
Okay, all right. So we're prepared for that for next week. Okay.
Yep, that's Hobby. I think Hobby got pushed from the 14th. I think retail came out at that time. Hobby was originally going to, then got pushed to the 26th or something.
Awesome.
26th, 29th, something like that next week.
Excellent.
All right, now we're going to have another word from Josh.
Are you looking to get your cards graded? Well, here at Grand Slam, we've simplified the process of submitting and getting a card graded. All you have to do is drop off your cards and kick your feet up, while our transparent tracking ensures that you are up to date with every detail along the way. When you log into our website, you'll immediately be greeted with each card in the grading process, along with where it's at in the process and its final grade. And with over 1,000 submissions and some of the top cards across the country being submitted through us, we have become a well-trusted source to handle and submit your cards. So you can do more collecting and leave the chore of grading to us. So don't sit on grading your cards. Get them submitted today at Grand Slam, where grading's made easy.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Jacob. You can see across the bottom there, visit Jason's Trash and Treasures on eBay. He's got some cool stuff listed. And he is the sponsor of that blaster that we'll be giving away for a random comment in our YouTube video. So make it over to our YouTube channel and drop a comment. Jacob has asked me to chime in on the first story in Hobby News, which Josh, do you happen to remember when Top Series 1 releases. I should have
Yes.
that. I should have had that in my notes, but
Valentine's Day, or actually it's like the day before or the day after Valentine's Day. It's the 13th or the 15th. I think it's the 15th.
okay.
What day of the week is the 15th? That'll answer it. February, I can tell you. It is...
Sunday.
It would probably have to be the 13th because it's Friday. Why don't I just look at the calendar? And I can't
Well,
see
while Josh is looking at the calendar, some interesting inserts. Now, this isn't a new insert for Top Series 1 or Topps flagship.
just new design.
It's a new design, and correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like they've got a 101 gold variation, which
These look clean.
Yeah,
oh,
these
man.
always look awesome.
These are awesome.
they're great. And then they also do this for the
There's
All
the-
Kings insert.
Yeah, that's a banger right there. So they must have pushed it up just a little bit. February 11th is release day for
Happy
Top Series.
Valentine's Day.
yes.
So, and then if you can switch over to the All Kings insert, Jacob, I thought I was sharing and got hijacked. There it is. And there's the All Kings insert. I think what would be a cool duo, and I don't know if this is the case in the checklist, we'll have to verify that, is if you can get the Shohei All Aces and then the Shohei All Kings, which
That
I'm
would be
sure he's in both, which that'd be nice. That would present nicely in any case.
I like
So-
everyone in the comments finds the one player that's not, and then they complain about it. No Vladdy, no Nick Kurtz.
Of course. And then the last insert that I did want to just park on just for a second, if you can pull that last link up, Jacob, is this one here. And I don't know if they've done this insert. Have they done a first pitch insert like this in the
I mean,
past?
I don't remember it, so I don't think they have.
And the reason why, and if you guys are just listening, this is it says first look Tony Hawk getting his own baseball trading card in 2026 Series 1. They don't have just players or past players or coaches or whatever throw out first pitches. A lot of the times they're celebrities, athletes from other sports. This brings in a whole other audience if they have some first pitch guys. And I like the one that I could think of now, and it has not aged well, is the Fauci one. He threw out the first pitch.
What about they did those were those first pitch ones Stroud and Wemby when they were in last year's or the year before's?
I don't know if those were in Series 1. I thought those were Tops now.
No, they were in Series 1.
Okay.
But I can't remember if they were first pitch inserts or if they were just because Topps had Wemby's auto rights.
That's right.
And they don't have any product to put it in, so it was like they put him in there and they had
I remember
Stroud
him being
auto
in I remember him being in Allen and Ginter. I don't remember him throwing out a first pitch. He could probably reach home plate without
He was in
throwing
the
the ball.
like jeans in the baseball jersey.
Okay.
I remember the picture, but I don't remember if it was the first pitch. But
Top Series 2.
they did first pitch inserts.
Yeah, this is what I'm looking at here.
That's
There we
what I'm
go.
talking about. Yeah. So they
There we
did,
go.
and I think there was an autographed version of that card.
Sweet.
Thanks, Jamie.
Well, I love the look of this. I love the fact that they're bringing in other personalities. It's just another way to introduce people to the hobby. I wouldn't even consider this a baseball card, but I guess it's in Top Series 1 baseball, so I guess it would be a baseball card. So anyway, that's Top Series 1 coming in a couple weeks. Fantastic inserts, flagship. It is the most printed series, but usually they throw in inserts like this to offset those print runs. give you some chases. So, what we got next, Jacob?
Our next, well, Michael, I'm gonna let you choose which one you want to do. You want to do Hobby 101, or do you want to talk about another card product?
Oh, let's do Hobby 101. So I'm gonna move myself here because this is gonna be between you guys. All right. So this is gonna be, Josh. We talked about it in the pregame last week. He wants to be able to answer questions through the podcast that he gets a lot of in the shop. So he can just say, hey, watch that segment. So this week, we're having a blind ranking. You guys are going to have to come to some consensus on where these land of things that affect card value long term. Okay?
Can I give a really quick?
Sure.
With a new customer, I have learned, and I think I've narrowed it down, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong. I say there's 4 things that determine the value of a card. The first, you could really use the first 2. Those are the first 2 pillars. The other 2 take it just a little step further. So, and I'll give it a really quick rundown. And then Jacob, you and I will use this for the blind ranking. It's a little different long-term, but it probably a lot of the same principles. How good is or was the player, and how rare is the card? Those are the 2 things that determine the card value. So I use the example, if the player is all-time great, GOAT status, but the card is not rare, i.e. Michael Jordan, early 90s NBA hoops, there's no value. If the player is garbage and nobody cares about that player, but the card is very rare, i.e. Joe Schmo 1 of 1, no value because nobody
We'll talk
cares.
about that later, by the way, too.
Yep.
So when you add great player, rarity, there's your price. There's your value of your card. To take it one step further, what product did the card come out of and the condition of the card? So
you're blowing up my list here, dude.
I know, but we're going to use this list. And when I want people to understand how do you tell if a card is valuable, those are the pillars. And we're going to use those pillars to blind rank these cards.
We're not ranking cards. We're
Oh.
ranking the things that make things valuable. You're
Oh.
blowing up my list, Josh. All right.
Well, good thing
Where
we're
would
not
you
live.
rank? Where would you rank?
Do it live.
1 to 10. 1 to 10. Where would you rank card condition? 1 to 10. Based and now you've already pigeonholed yourself.
When you 1 to 10 it, I would put 4.
Okay, so that's a 4. Cosign on that, Jacob?
Jacob,
I
if
was
you
thinking 3 or 4 based off the rundown Josh just gave us.
Okay.
We'll be able to see how it holds up.
All right. Auto or non-auto?
3. Let's go 3 because there are some non-auto cards that are huge. The auto would it's got to be in the top.
If it's a non-auto, it's got to be the right product, and it's got to be a out of 5 or a 1 of 1. But that auto
75 years old.
Let's go 3, Jacob, because I think my 2 main pillars are the 2 most important.
Okay.
Timing.
So like when a product just comes out, sell it while it's hot?
Or when a player
This is long-term. Long-term. Yeah. Long-term value.
I say, let's say like 5 or 6 because there's other factors that go into it, because a card could still be really valuable even if the timing's wrong, if the other things line up properly.
Right.
So let's go like 6.
Okay.
But
okay.
Because you could hold too long, like Wander Franco.
Oh gosh.
Those are the outliers. Those are the really rare outliers. That would be my argument for that.
And I'm trying to avoid the ones that you've already said because I know those are gonna bubble to the top. So sheer luck.
I'm gonna go like 8.
I'll go 10.
Okay. Let's compromise and go 9.
Okay,
Sure.
So that's 9.
This is your show.
Yep.
Go
I
ahead.
appeal.
I would put that down there.
Yeah, because
It's
like
the
you were just
ugliest
saying
car
about
in the
Stadium
world.
Club, it looks beautiful, but it's not a top chaser.
Yeah. Let's go 8 because
Okay,
there is
8.
some.
All right. You've got 4, 6, 3. You got 3, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Sport or genre.
What do we have open still? I would put this as like 6.
You have
Do we have
6
6
already.
open?
6 is timing.
Oh, yeah. 5?
Jacob?
Jacob, you could argue there's only like the most expensive cards are in like the top 5 or 6 genres.
Well,
Even if
the main 3 sports blow everything else out of the water. And I don't want to say that gap is closing, but other sports are starting to have strong value.
And
But on
don't
a
forget,
scale of 1 to 10,
don't forget TCG, guys.
Well,
yeah,
that's
still. Is 5 open?
5 is open.
Yeah, let's go 5 with that.
Okay. Story or narrative.
I would put 10. Because if the story sucks, but the card meets all those other things, it's still valuable. And if the story's good and all those other things are met, it just helps increase it a little bit.
By story, do you mean like the mysterious child pulling the Paul Skeens debut patch?
It could be that. It could be the narrative around a card or a player. Cultural relevance. We're going to talk about that here in a second with Shaq's cards.
They just talked about this we were talking about the Golden Show, whatever it's called on Netflix. They found a Honus Wagner that had been one owner in the same family since it came out. Like, that adds to the story, but that's once again those outliers that Josh was talking about.
It
Like,
adds to it, but the card's already crazy valuable.
Right.
Without that story.
Okay. So we've got who the player is, player popularity, and fame or achievement.
Yeah, I put who the player is as number 2.
Okay.
Because I already know what my number 1 is.
And then rarity you're going to have as 1.
I'm going to have rarity as 1.
And then that shoehorns which brand it is. So you've got 1 rarity, 2 player, who it is, 3 auto or non-auto, and so that leaves what brand it is as 4.
And I did have that as my in my 4 pillars.
You did.
So
You
that
did.
line's-
5 is the sport or genre. 6 is timing. 7. Where's 7? I lost 7.
6, 7.
6, 7. Oh, I know.
Be ready when that dies, huh?
We've been running too long tonight.
No. It would be 7. I'm sorry. Sorry, my
So blind ranks are never perfect, but I think we're
close. So
we're
1
pretty
is
close.
rarity, 2 is player, and this all got jumbled up because my Google Doc renumbered these things because they think it's a list.
Well, you can go back and re-listen to the podcast and populate the list, and we'll put it in print format for people.
I will. Oh my gosh.
Pen and paper.
I'm so sorry. Pen and paper next time. Yes.
For the new people, maybe let's talk about my 4 pillars really quick. The reason I say so how good is or was the player and how rare is the card. The next one would be what product it comes out of. And I like to use like Paul Skeens, really, really good. 1 of 1, as rare as it gets. But there are 1 of 1 Paul Skeens out of Select Baseball, and there's 1 of 1 Paul Skeens out of Topps Chrome Baseball. And the Topps Chrome one, it is more expensive because it's the same player, it's the same rarity, but it's a better product. And then you just go to condition after that. Or plenty of the other things on your list. I'm actually impressed you came up with 10 different things that play into card value, because all of those things do play into the value. But overall, if you just, here's a card. Do you think this card is valuable? All you have to do is look how good or is or was the player, how rare is the card, and what product did it come out of. And as long as it's not mangled up or damaged, then the condition just takes it to that next level.
Right. All right. That is
My favorite
Hobby
question is
10. Yeah. Go ahead.
when customers ask me via text or phone or, hey, I've got this numbered to 25 Aaron Judge card out of such and such. What's it worth? What do you think it's worth? And my answer is always whatever eBay sold listings say it's worth. Because, I don't know off the top of my head a lot of the times. I might have an idea if a card is really valuable or is not very valuable based on those things. But to get an approximate value, you have to go to the market price, and eBay sets the market as of right now. And so the market will tell you what the card is worth.
So here's the final list. You guys need to double check, watch the video again. Rarity, number 1, player. Number 2, autograph or non-auto, number 3. Condition, number 4. The sport, number 5. Timing, number 6. The brand and product, number 7. Eye appeal, number 8. 9, luck. And number 10, story or narrative around the player.
The only thing I would push up is just the product probably that it comes out of needs to be up there.
I agree.
I think we had that 6 or 7.
And this is why I probably did not do well on the buy side. You make money in cards on the buy, not the sell, guys. I always get caught on the eye appeal and the design.
I was about to say eye appeal is probably your kryptonite.
Yeah. If it's a good-looking card, I'm a sucker for it. So that's Hobby 101, guys. We're going to see if this is a segment we keep around. Let us know in the comments.
I'm going to answer. Andrew has a question. He says, can you explain luck? So luck is when you look in the mirror and you look like this. Oh,
Better than you, and you know it.
luck is, luck is, if it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck. Here's what I will say about luck. In all seriousness, I haven't figured this out yet, but people go on a hot streak when they're opening random product, and they go on a cold streak. And I've seen it too many times that luck plays this weird, it's like they'll open multiple things and just like, good grief. And we hear the comment, you should go buy a lotto ticket. Yeah. Or they're hitting everything in a break. It's weird. And it happens the other way too. They get cold and nothing they touch has anything of value in it. So luck is real, but
and you'll also see a player, maybe it happens more in baseball, it happens some in football, but you'll see a player go on a run in the playoffs and Yeah, whatever. Let's go ahead and inflate that head some more. You'll see some players go on a run in the playoffs, and you happen to, or you may have some random backup quarterback, and then the starting quarterback gets hurt, and then the random quarterback goes on a 20-year run like Tom Brady did, right? Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
Hey, guess who's world heavyweight champion again, Jacob?
He was on a Disney podcast yesterday, so I was pretty jazzed up about that as well.
Are we talking wrestling again?
Always. Before we go to the next segment, though, because Josh wanted to talk about more product that's coming out. Corbin had a really cool question about 30 minutes ago, and he wanted to know, Josh, what's the best card you've seen ripped in the shop?
So the biggest card ever pulled from the shop happened back during COVID. I won't give the long. It's also the craziest story probably ever in a card shop, but it was the 1-of-1 Black Disco Zion Williamson out of Select. Long story short, it got a PSA 10. PSA even featured it on their Twitter page back when it was called Twitter, and it sold at auction for $110,000. That came from this shop. We see cards in the. Someone pulled the gold to 10 Kaboom of Paolo Banchero back in his rookie year. I think that sold at Golden Auction for $15,000. We've had a few other between $10,000 and $20,000 cards pulled. Yeah, off the top of my head. What's crazy is Luka's number to 25 Prism Mojo rookie got pulled in the shop when it first came out, and it was $1,500 at the time. And me and the customer that pulled it went to the Hickory show, shopped it around. We just went as customers. We shopped a few cards around. He was shopping that card around to all the different vendors. Everyone passed on him. One guy bought it for the full $1,500. Graded it, got a 9, and sold it for approximately $60,000 years later. Another story is another customer pulled the 2017 Prism Camo Mahomes, traded it at a card show for $120 worth of packs to open. And that card got as high as $40,000. So we have lots of those stories, but you can't tell the future. So you just don't know. But those are ones we just laugh at now.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
crazy.
Especially that Zion.
I do have, if y'all can talk for a minute, I got to show you something a customer dropped off. If you're watching the podcast, do not leave. You will like to see this. This doesn't come through the shop. Twice in the 8 years I've been here, this type of item has come through the shop. We're going to authenticate it in person at the Columbia show. But talk for a moment. I'll go grab it. Y'all are going to want to see this. I forgot all about it.
And it is the right boot from WrestleMania 18, Hulk Hogan versus The Rock. No, I don't know what it could be. Josh has some pretty cool stuff hanging up on the walls in the shop.
Yeah. Lights are on.
Oh boy. Well, Michael, so while he's getting that, our next story, I'm not going to get too into it, but it's pretty egregious, wouldn't you say? We've been talking card value this episode. We normally don't talk it too much. We just mainly talk about product coming out and how it looks, what's going to be in it. But value seems to be the theme of this, especially with the first thing in the title being $28,000. This is going to be an interesting next story.
Yeah, it's candy from a baby.
I can't find it. And if you're the customer that dropped it off with us, don't panic. It was handed off to someone more trustworthy than I. Not that I'm not trustworthy. I'm just scatterbrained. But it's probably not on the premises and somewhere safe or hidden nicely where someone wouldn't get it. In the group chat, I'll send the picture. And then, Jacob, you can throw it up on the...
Okay.
Send it on Telegram, Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, now you tell me I'm deep in our text thread. All right.
That'll take place right after or right before your crazy stat. How about right before?
There was another question we had. Any card shows coming up local to you guys? You guys have more activity than I do.
There's one in Columbia this week.
Columbia at the end of this
weekend,
month,
right? No, it's next weekend.
Said, can't make this up. What a payoff. I don't know what that means. Maybe we're making them wait.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to wait much longer because
it's worth it.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah. And for once, I think this is legit because we get crap brought in here all the time and it's just like not legit. But we think this is probably legit. The story behind it, the guy that had it that passed away, the box it was in was like crumbling. It was in there so long. So yeah, we'll get it authenticated. And usually when it's this faded, there you go. But if you're not watching, it is a old baseball signed by Babe Ruth himself. So
that's awesome.
We had to pry it out of James Earl Jones's dog's mouth.
Great movie reference. That's fantastic. Great movie.
Oh,
That's
Andrew was saying the payoff was I went to get something and couldn't find it. Yeah. They
wild.
Well, speaking of kids, right?
Sure.
That was from
That's how you want to
Sandlot. So this next story. Ugh.
This is the bad one. We're
This
going
is
from
bad.
top of the food chain to a bottom feeder, if you want my opinion. Let's talk about this story from the Dallas Card Show of this trade that this guy made with this child. And then we'll talk about Josh's comment afterwards.
With Jose Jr. and we just completed a huge trade. Jose's walking away with the Tyler Shuck green kaboom, Tyler's biggest card, ESA 9. And in exchange, we're getting Drake May, vertical gold kaboom, Messi 101, Tim Duncan downtown, Caleb Williams gold kaboom, and Shohei Ohtani relics blue. Thank you, buddy.
It's literally child abuse.
like they just
Child
murdered
abuse.
that child on film.
On film.
Here's my question. So I commented on that video and I put that takes balls showing. What did I put? I put that takes balls posting this robbery. Here's the thing no one's talking about. How did that kid have those other 5 cards to begin with? He had the two best possibly rookies of 2024 quarterback graded gold kabooms to 10.
Yeah.
An Ohtani patch auto, a 1-of-1 Messi, and a Tim Duncan downtown. How does this 12-year-old have all those cards? So,
Well, that
question.
and you just do the quick math. It's not exact math, but Jacob and I came up with around 55,000 for the cards that he gave up. It's not exact. It's probably plus or minus 10 grand either way. And there's no way that
The dealer
Tyler
is saying
Shaw.
that you're right.
What's that?
He might
Yeah.
get 75.
he's right when he says that's Tyler's best card. I would
That's
give him that.
where he stopped being right.
Yeah. Yeah. The only way this eventually works out is if Drake May loses this week, Caleb Williams bombs next year, Drake May has a substandard next year, and Tyler Shaw goes to the playoffs with the Saints and has a great season. Then maybe it gets a little closer. But
Yeah, because he's got a Messi superfractor and a Shohei
patch auto.
relic.
Yeah.
Yeah, patch auto.
I mean, you could argue that in 20 years, that one Shohei card is worth more than that Tyler Shaw.
Yes,
Probably.
absolutely.
It's like
In
he
20
had
years,
crazy
in
cards.
20 years,
in 3
how
years.
about yes, in 3 years, that Tyler Shaw may not even be in the league.
Yeah.
He had some
I
cool
mean-
cards that you can't get easily, and one was a 1-of-1. And just to trade that away for, I mean, I don't watch it like you guys do. I told Michael, who's this no name? I don't even know who he plays for, and I think you just said who it was. But
Saints.
everybody knows Shohei and Messi. A lot of people are starting to know Drake May, like casuals.
Yeah.
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 I would love to know this. That video has been out long enough now. There has to be the person that posted it has to see all the negative press they're getting. They have to have a follow up to this. Like, you know what? After we sat and looked at the comments, we thought maybe we need to sweeten this deal for little Jose again. And we added this, this, and this. Or they're just like
So
luck, kid.
I mean the gold
The
the
dad
gold
has to be
kaboom.
involved.
Yeah, the gold kaboom, ungraded, sold a month ago for 10 grand.
I think you could argue that Drake May's gold kaboom is a fair trade for that Tyler Shaw 1-of-1 kaboom.
you know, I'll do you
Just
one
that
better.
one
Josh.
card.
No, his gold kaboom 10 of 10 sold for 35,000. Drake May. Back
I'll
in
do you one
November.
better. The card shop made a video in response.
Okay.
Do y'all want to see? I don't know how long it is. You guys want to play that?
Yeah,
Sure.
let's see.
If it goes long, just cut it off.
It's 2.5 minutes. So here's that, because that's not the response I expected. Here we go. I have not watched this, and we obviously didn't know about this till just now.
Yeah.
Hey guys, just posting this video as a follow-up to the video of the deal I did with Jose Jr. And that deal was actually negotiated with Jose Sr. So we were at trade night. Jose Sr. approached our table where we were set up, and he had several cards he was interested in. We did multiple deals that night. When we finished that first deal for the Green Kaboom, Jose Jr. came in at the tail end of it, and I had asked Senior if he was okay doing a video, wanted to post some content, and he said have Junior be in there. So that was my fault. Like, Junior kind of got sprung in, to the middle of it, didn't necessarily know what the deal was, what was going on with it, and so I guess that's completely on me in that situation. I guess we'll learn from that. Now, they had a plan with the card that they had someone like in the show that they had seen cards that they had wanted and thought this was a piece that they could use to leverage to go get other cards that they wanted in the show. So they had a plan all along with it. When they approached me with that card, did that. And then the next day we're able to then trade that card for cards and I guess values that they had wanted based upon what they were in on their other cards for, and to do that. So I followed up with them also after that first day. And if at any point they wanted to undo the trade, 100% would have, right? And so just to be clear, that was not a deal negotiated with Junior. Junior, even though is like the most amazing kid and capable of handling like a negotiation, I would never negotiate directly with a kid on a card that size. That negotiation was 100% between Senior and I. And then even if at any point he felt uncomfortable, like they approached us, like Jose Sr. wanted that card. I even followed up after we had done the deal to make sure he was comfortable and they wanted that card. He had the plan, followed up with him the next day, and he had already moved the card, and they were ecstatic with what they had got in return. In addition, then, he was even kind enough to have Junior call me, from the show and say thank you so much, that he didn't understand his dad's plan at that time, but then they were able to get the cards that he wanted and was, super kind, to me with that. So just to be clear, is I would never, ever negotiate directly with a kid, especially.
Okay. So I have a comment.
Yeah.
That's a good response. I guess I give grace when grace is needed. That if all that's true and it sounds genuinely like that's exactly how it went down, and you could imagine that's probably how it did go down. Because I just said, how did that kid have those cards? Well, he didn't. Dad did. So, and they were taking that Tyler Schaaf card and going to go trade it for a bunch of other goodies. So in essence, they traded those other 5 cards for these cards they ended up with, and maybe it wasn't that big of a deal. The only mistake that card shop did was just post the deal.
Yeah. Don't
post the deal. If everybody's happy with a trade, then it's fine. It does, but don't, if it's not to the onlooker, if it's not a fair trade, why on earth would you post that? So the lack of self-awareness to then grab, hey, can we make content and make it look like Jose did the trade on something that looks from the onset that crooked? He should have known. If he knew to double check with the kid and the guy, and then next day triple check with them, he had to know we got the good end of this deal. Yeah. Why are you dumb enough to make a video of it and post it? It's okay to trade and get the good end of a deal if everyone's happy, which it sounds like everyone was completely happy with that deal. And
except
again,
the people watching the video of the deal.
Yeah, the only that aren't involved in it because they're jealous they didn't get the good deal on their behalf. That's always the way it is. But maybe Jose Sr. has all the money in the world. And it's like, you know what? We had fun trading cards and we ended up using that Tyler card to get a bunch of cards we wanted. And okay, we gave away some value. We're not overly concerned about it. There are people with that deep of pockets. If you have those cards, you have those deep of pockets. I think that was a good response in response to it. I just don't think he was smart enough to post it originally was his biggest mistake.
Do you do this deal, Josh? At a show?
I totally do this deal if I'm that card shop guy and the kid and the dad are 1,000% they want to do it. and they tell me, we're not keeping this Tyler card. We're going over to somebody over there that's got some cards we want, and we're using this card. The guy over there is a monster Saints fan or a monster Tyler Schaff fan, and he wants Tyler's best card, and we're going to use this card to go get the stuff he wants. I make the deal in a heartbeat. Again, you're not making it with a kid. You're making it with a grown man. And
I give anything to see the next
this
deal.
this is why context matters, folks. I did not.
But you know what I don't do? I don't grab the little kid and make a video for social media.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the next deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see what he got in return.
Yeah. Jose and Hose B, please post that video.
And also, instead of a response, he could have just deleted the video, and he chose to not do that.
Yeah. He was starting to get some
I guess
traction.
Josh's comment really got to him.
He had to do something.
Hey, glad I could make a difference.
I'm
Cute.
doing my
Two
part.
likes I got on my comment, one being Jacob.
The other one.
I think the
being-
other one was Michael.
Oh,
We got your back. I'm doing my part.
I
Okay.
still have the top comment then.
It was better than what I would have said to him.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. Our last story of the night is about if a podcast can move card prices. Josh, what do you think?
Can a podcast?
You think we're manipulating the market over here?
I think
We are not, but a podcast, the right podcast, could change the entire industry. And I think that happened during pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Gary
Gary
Vee was
Vee.
podcasting about things, and Jeff Wilson constantly changes the landscape of things with his content, sometimes shadily in his favor. You know what I mean? Like he'll pump up something and then he'll go purchase it or inflate it to this is gonna tank, everyone, these are gonna tank. And then when everyone dumps them because he said they're gonna tank, then he buys them, maybe.
What if a very
Conspiracy theory.
universally liked guy starts a podcast and he's in the sports world? Do you think his card prices would go up?
I don't.
happen.
I'm going to refer you back to our top 10 list of what affects card prices. Is or was he good? How rare is the card?
I'd say he's pretty good.
There you go.
Not very rare on cards, but he was good.
And I would say a Beam Team members only PSA 10 is pretty rare, and that card looks like it's pretty valuable. But Shaq cards are up 99% since the big podcast with Shaq began. So they went from $2 to $4. Shaq has a lot of not valuable cards, but his valuable stuff, PSA 10s of stuff, yeah, they're gonna.
And I did allude, that's why I said not rare. His cards came out at a time where print runs were really, really high. It was before, serial numbered cards. So that's why you're going to find a lot of Shaq cards and even Shaq rookies that. Could you imagine if Shaq came out today? What his cards would be worth? Holy mackerel! Yeah. So
and again,
through these
that card on screen, rarity is involved there with that price.
Yeah,
because it's a PSA 10, so it still goes back to rarity in that case. Yeah. How good is the player? How rare is the card? There you go. There's another one.
Oh, that's cool.
He did play during the 90s when inserts were awesome.
Yeah.
They should have a little small critique going back to design, Michael, for you. They should have shown the backboard and had the kaboom coming out of the backboard
with the glass shattering.
Yeah, the glass falling would be sweet.
Yeah. You're seeing the vision.
Yep.
There's that Beam Team.
Wow. What a cool card.
Pretty expensive.
So, here's an example, right? You don't see, it has to be the right player. I think this goes back to our earlier discussion because I don't see Travis and Jason Kelsey cards going crazy. And they've got a huge
McAfee earlier. I don't think his are expensive either.
No, but they're certainly more, they're more valuable because of his career after football.
And let me say, Shaq is a GOAT. And he has GOAT cards.
Would you say he was undervalued in the first place?
Oh yeah,
because some of those guys are. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, but his cheap cards are he's just a victim of the early 90s being his rookie year and the mass production. So he's also very likable, which would be number 11 on the list. That should be really on there. The player's personality. Machado's a jerk, and some of these guys that are LeBron's. If LeBron didn't have the personality he had, and he had the personality of Shaq or Brady or someone, I think LeBron's cards would be insanely more expensive. There's a lot of people. I don't know. I can't count the amount of times I hear people say, well, I'll say something like, hit a LeBron out of that box. Like a 101 LeBron would be crazy. Oh, I hate LeBron. Well, yeah, we all hate LeBron, but we still want his cards because they're expensive. So he's not very well liked. You'll get a few people call him the GOAT.
Just like PSA.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, guys, if you guys, before Josh does crazy stat, you guys have made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, leave a comment.
Keep your eyes peeled for some breaks. I need y'all to come out strong if this ice storm hits, because I can't afford bad days in the shop, and we can turn that around with some breaks. So
let's do it.
Stay tuned.
Let's do it.
I'm half teasing, but I do need to.
Yeah. Let's get the breaks going.
And don't forget to comment on this video, not in the live chat. Come back after watching it live and comment on it so you can be entered in the giveaway for next week.
All right. I have like 3 stats that pertain to this football playoff season. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Did you know this AFC Championship game makes 15 straight years that the Patriots or the Chiefs have been in the AFC Championship game?
Sounds
15 years. The AFC Championship game, the winner of the AFC going to the Super Bowl has either been the Chiefs or the Patriots for the last 15 years. That's insane.
That's crazy.
That's what you call a crazy stat. Did you know that Drake May and Mike Vrabel have a great opportunity to avenge Tom Brady and Bill Belichick's playoff struggles in the city of Denver? Brady and Belichick never won a playoff game in Mile High. In fact, they went 0 for 3 and never scored more than 18 points. So if Drake and Vrabel do that this weekend, they'll have done something that Tom Brady himself could never have done. And this one's really cool too. If Drake May and the Patriots win this weekend, which they ought to, they're playing the backup quarterback. I know it is an ex-Patriot. There's some storylines there, and Stidham's not a complete joke. He's a capable quarterback. The Broncos are a good team. But the odds are that the Patriots are going to win. If that happens, Drake May in the playoffs will have beaten the Chargers, which are the number 5 defense, the Texans, the number 1 total defense, and the Broncos, the number 2 total defense. No quarterback has ever defeated 3 top 5 defenses in a single postseason. Drake May going to be doing some crazy things potentially. And those, my friends, are your crazy stats for the week.
Awesome. Well, Josh, every podcast day is a long day for you. Thanks for joining us. Jacob, thank you for producing. And guys, thanks for listening and watching. We will see you guys next week. Bye.